Why are the most loyal and boyfriend material guys single? This is what I constantly hear from other girls, and I have the answer.
We do not need to date the nice guy. We need to date that toll.
Men should just stop approaching women altogether if this is what they want.
A masculine man would never fall into the friend.
Being a nice guy, good guy, is never enough. It only shows women don't know what they want.
Man asks you, what do you bring to the table? And he's telling you he does not know what value woman brings to a relationship.
I am so fucking tired dealing with men.
Dating in your 20s is hard, honestly.
Time is the best medicine to fix modern women's delusional dating standards. Kindly subscribe to the channel, as it is our sole form of support. Thank you.
I am so fucking tired dealing with men.
Men should just stop approaching women altogether if this is what they want.
Yes, this is what we want. Please leave us alone.
Why are the most loyal and boyfriend material guys single? This is what I constantly hear from other girls, and I have the answer. I think it all stems that women are programmed to see the ideal man as weak, beta, or sus. And that is why they always fall for the guy that cold approaches them and uses some cheesy, corny pickup line. But then they're surprised when 3 months later, they got cheated on. I really think we need to stop romanticizing players and romanticize guys that are nervous to talk to women. Hear me out. I'm talking about the guys who overthink and do not want to cold approach a girl because they do not want to come across as a creep. And girls just don't get it. They're always like, shoot your shot. Like, the worst she can say is no. No, ladies, that is not the worst she can say. Trust me. You see, most guys can easily hold a conversation, but they're afraid to start it. It should be seen as cute or endearing when a guy is nervous to talk to you. He's fidgeting, he's not making direct eye contact all the time, or maybe stepping back and giving you space. Oh, and side note, you're not going to find these guys at the clubs or parties. They're at home.
Don't be a nice guy, be a good man. Honestly, just stay alone. It's not worth it, because we have given up. We don't want to play your games anymore and are happier alone. Apparently, I'm husband material, but not boyfriend material. The worst is not the rejection, it's being called a creep and being manipulated or taking you for fun. Well, the most loyal guys are single because they get used for their good hearts. Women typically try to walk over them because of their character and how they comport themselves. They tend to mistake their kindness for weakness, when all that man is trying to do is make that woman happy. Even though some of them has been hurt, they've come to learn that women do not like nice guys. It's really shallow of them, to be honest. They would rather chase that one guy and compete with 20 different other women rather than dating this man that she knows would treat her better. These women have a habit of getting in and out of toxic relationships. If anything, I'd say the nice guy needs to stay away from that type of woman. She'll only bring chaos to your life.
Dating in your 20s is hard. Honestly, I'm over it. I don't care anymore.
I mean, yeah, I just want a husband so bad.
Ew. Really? Right now?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give myself like 3 years.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean is like, I want to date somebody for a good like 3 years and then get engaged.
Oh, okay. I
It's
understand.
like I want to meet my husband now. I don't want to date another person that I'm just going to end up breaking up with, you know?
True.
I don't need to provide for a man. I do not need to provide for a
So a man don't need to provide for
and
you
I
either?
put emphasis on
A man does not need
Do you know why I'll say this?
to provide for you
Do you
either.
know why I'll say this?
A man does not need to provide for you
Are you
either.
arguing with me? Any man that asks me what do I bring to the table is a bum.
Nothing.
He's
You
a bum.
absolutely don't bring nothing to the
You
table.
know why he's a bum? And I'm not saying financially.
You do not bring
I'm saying
nothing to the
mentally-
table, and that is the problem.
mentally-
You think you do, but you actually bring nothing to the table. You can't even tell me what you bring to the table.
She has a very sad outlook on things. What you bring to the table has nothing to do with providing for a man. I'm glad he repeated himself and told her the truth. Her pause says it all. Everyone has to provide something to someone, whether it's time, effort, emotional and materialistic. You provide to yourself every day. Nowadays, the lower standard man give a lot of women so much attention and put them on a pedestal, so they adopt this mentality. The silence is really loud. This is what it looks like when a woman has nothing but want everything. A good woman is meant to be the piece for their man and be an asset. Women like her expect princess treatment just because they were born a woman. Ridiculous.
Something that I've noticed is that it's literally always the ugly men trying to humble you. I have never, ever, not once in real, actual life been humbled by a sexy ass man. Like, nope, he's not doing it, baby. He is not doing it. Actually, those men, the confident, secure, strong, sexy, beautiful, gorgeous, stunning, amazing hotties, they want you to pop your shit, baby. They want you to pop your fucking shit. And those men, they be getting everything.
I feel like with you guys, you're like, oh, like, she's been passed around the whole team. We can't wipe you up because you had A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And she's like, okay, but like, I was in my phase and like, I like you. And I feel like a lot of guys won't like concentrate on that one girl because she's been passed around.
I'll be real with you. If she's been passed around and I know who she's been passed around with, can't do it.
I'd rather not know.
Because I know everybody has a past. So I'm not going to go attacking you about your past. But if I know the guys that you've been with, especially if I'm close with them, no chance.
She will subconsciously be judging and comparing the current man to all the other men and never be satisfied. Just my opinion. Those phases have long-term consequences. Well, if it isn't the consequences of my own actions. If she's been passed around, I won't judge her past. I just won't be next in line, no matter how strong we into each other. Even a bank checks your history before giving a loan. Why wouldn't I when I'm investing our valuable emotions getting into a relationship? First of all, having a hoe phase is no excuse. Just because you say, I was in my hoe phase, does not make it any better. The simple fact is, actions have consequences, and when these women are done smashing the world, that's when they want to go and find a guy to take them seriously. But how can you want someone to take you serious when you've already given up your most prized possession? I'm pretty sure that would be a hard pass for majority of men. And why is a hoe phase necessary to discover who you are anyway?
There's this guy at my work, right? And when I first started, he was so nice. Literally was like, hey, like whatever, how's your day? He wasn't like exactly like that, but like whatever. He was just really nice, really friendly, cool people. Okay? He told another coworker, oh my God, I like her. Like, tell her and then let me know how she's feeling. She told me. I said, man's is not my type. I come into work the next day. I'm thinking everything's fine, everything's cool, everything's great. Literally, man's ignores my presence. I'm not even there. I'm air. I'm like a ghost. This man will not make eye contact with me. He will not acknowledge my presence. And he literally, like, it's like I'm non-existent. Okay, cool. Like, that's the vibe we're on now? Okay, cool.
That man stood on business. He was there for one thing and one thing only. Now, I'm a strong believer in you shouldn't be frolicking, messing around with coworkers. I'm a strong believer in that, but y'all gonna do what y'all want to do. Y'all grown ass man. I'm not your father. Do what you want. But that pretty privilege ran out, huh? It ran dry. The well is dry. The audacity for that man to give you exactly what you wanted. You rejected him. You said no, and he just let you be. The audacity. Women have been complaining about men harassing them. But the audacity of that man to comply and not harass you. The audacity. He should be stoned. He should be put in jail even. Dare I say it? He should be wiped off the face of the earth. He refused to be in the friend zone. The only way you get inside the friend zone is if you put yourself there. He refused to be played with. He was there on a mission. The mission didn't go as planned, but he got his answer. And with his answer, he did with it what he pleased. So we know why she's mad. It's not that she want the man secretly. No. She wanted to toy with him. She wanted her ego boosted, but it got destroyed because he stood on business. Mission will always be the mission, and no woman's antics, games, her trickery, her sorcery, none of that will get in the way of the mission. He stood on business, he stood his ground, and all men can learn from this situation. All men.
When you play hard to get, you become hard to want. This is the treatment that men today needs to give these women. If you express your feelings and get rejected, you should just move on. That is what I call knowing your worth. All she wanted was the free attention, thinking her beauty was enough to keep him around. That man made the right call. Unless the energy is reciprocated, these men will walk away.
When a man asks you, what do you have to offer? What do you bring to the table? Then he's telling you indirectly that he does not know what value a woman brings to a relationship. And you're not going to change that because no one has taught him the value of a woman in a relationship. For him, it's like, okay, I'm giving something from myself, so I need to know what I'm getting in return. If he asks you, what do you bring to the table? It does not mean that you bring nothing to the table. It means that he is never going to be able to see it. So just show him your value by living his life.
I had a good man last year. I let his ass go. He was a good man, but like I said, he was not my good man. He was everything that I mentioned. He did it, but in regards of what benefited him, and he demanded so much without considering who I am as a person. Mm-hmm. He paid for everything.
Okay.
Any problem you had, he fixed it.
Okay.
Sex, he was good.
You broke it off.
I broke it off. I ghosted him.
Okay, finish. Okay.
For the simple fact, he wanted to have somebody love him in he was the only child.
Okay.
So he wanted me to treat him as like his mother, hoping that I would be super affectionate, and I'm not. So that used to aggravate him to the point that he'll yell to the top of his lungs, I deserve to be loved like this. You absolutely do. So go find you somebody else that can do that for you, because I cannot hold you. I can't do that. That's not who I am. Okay. Affectionate. It's not that I wasn't affectionate. He wants me to be super affectionate, and that's not something that I am. And I it's like, even if I try, I'm fake.
The simple truth is, he was a good man, but she wasn't a good woman for him. That man scared her away because he showed her a love she's never experienced before. All that man wanted was some affection and love, and couldn't get it. If this man that did everything for this woman still wasn't enough for her, what exactly does she want from her man? But I do respect the fact that she broke it off because she knew she did not qualify to be by his side. She did him a favor.
Here are 3 things you can tell about a man who asks what you bring to the table.
I've been seeing these types of videos a lot, and it seems that some women are not liking it when the tables have turned, and men start asking the same questions that women have been asking them for years. So let's listen to what they have to say.
Number 1, he views relationships as transactional. Number 2, he has unmet needs. Number 3, he dehumanizes a partner.
Okay, so if we're really to think about what they just said, that means that any woman who also asks the same question of a man, of what they bring to the table, would also, in the spirit of equality, be guilty of being those same things, right? Or is it somehow different when a man asks it of a woman? I wonder.
Without knowing it, you might feel like you're in an interview.
Wait, that is exactly what a first date is, and dating in general, actually. It is an interview process in order to be able to determine whether 2 people are actually compatible to be in a long-term committed relationship with each other. And these difficult questions, such as what does the other person bring to the table in terms of the relationship, do need to be asked. Otherwise, it's just going to be a waste of each other's time.
For the right woman, love, respect, and honesty. That's what I expect also. Probably why I've been single for 2 years. My ex of 1 year told me I didn't bring anything to the relationship. Yet I fixed her roof and took her out and bought her stuff and looked out for her. My wife and I never had that conversation about bringing stuff to the table. We just had the same goals. It seems people are too materialistic nowadays. Any woman who gets offended by that question most likely have nothing of value to add to your life and just wants a daddy to take care of them. If she takes offense to that, she's most likely self-centered, selfish, broke, and just looking to suck you dry. If a man were to invest in a woman, there needs to be a return on the investment. And on these first dates, these women expects you to take them to high-end restaurants like you'll have been married for years. Such a thing is for the woman you want to build a future with. She must be qualified.
Even if you're like the most perfect girl, he's not going to settle down if he's not ready. He's going to settle down when he is ready, and chances are he's going to be ready when he's much older.
A masculine man would never fall into the friend zone, and the reason is because usually masculine guys are not the nice guys. And the nice guy is somebody that doesn't say no. It's somebody that allows people to walk all over them, allows girls to just take full advantage of them. So when this happens, basically if a girl is taking advantage of you, it's you ask her out and she makes up an excuse like why she doesn't want to hang out with you, but then she keeps texting and you allow her to keep texting you. Or maybe you hang out as friends, but she doesn't really want anything else. Why are you hanging out with her then? You're already putting yourself in the friend zone.
I hate to say this, but I think that women have to lower their standards. Before you go crazy on me, just hear me out. The amount of chronically single girlfriends that I know, either approaching their 30s or already in their 30s, that are like wanting to settle down and have a family, but can't, is an epidemic at this point. And we're talking about women that are financially stable, have educations, are beautiful, have their fathers in their lives, like come from nice families. Like, we're not talking about like a bum bitch. We're talking about like a very decent young lady. So I'll have conversations with my friends and they'll say things like, oh, like, you know, I want him to make like at least $200,000 a year, like at minimum. He has to be in shape. Like, I really like a guy with a six-pack. I love a guy who's like 6'2". I need a guy with like a full head of hair. Like, I can't do bald guys. Every single time you throw a new specification into what you desire, the only person that fits within the parameters of what you are looking for exists in your fucking dreams. No, I've had girlfriends tell me like, oh my god, no, he's great, this and that, like, but I can't do a short king. So you're telling me you found a guy that's like not bad looking, has a great job with benefits, like financially stable, comes from a great family, and you can't do it because his legs aren't long enough? Like, you bitches are out of your minds.
Social media has completely made expectations unrealistic. Wow. I can't believe this woman understands reality. No, this is so true. Like, I respect women and the fact they want what they want, but like, you can't have every single thing. You always speak facts. I dated a short king. Turned out the height went between his legs. We're married now, by the way. The guys they want exist. They, however, have so much options that they will never be more than a side piece. Thank you. I can't tell you how many friends I have that are single and have a whole damn list of what they are expecting. Be with someone kind and loving. The rest will fall into place. I'm the chronically single friend, and I fear you are correct. Those very same high standards are what's keeping them single and miserable. Every woman thinks they're gonna run through life with their dream man, checking all their boxes, while they themselves have a bunch of flaws. They ask for men to meet their ridiculous standards that they cannot even meet. The percentage of men that makes $200K a year is 5%, but they have no clue about such things as long as you feed their delusion. Their ego won't allow them to settle because they simply just believe they deserve the best man. But that's not reality. You cannot date above your level where you just simply don't fit.